Welcome everybody, it is Wild West Stacker. It is so great to be back one last time for this final premiere train. Thank our host, Mad Stacker. It's always been fun. If you've been ever part of the train or even joined it, you know that it's just a really great group of people who get together every Saturday morning, just like Saturday morning cartoons, and try to have some fun with silver, right? We're all having different kinds of videos. Unfortunately, I took off a year and had some tragedy in my family, but I've dealt with that. And I'm not quite back to stacking, actually. I am more of a collector right now because I decided to open up my own business with my wife, and that takes out a lot of the expenses out of the account. So I've only been collecting rare things and cool pieces of silver. So I thought I'd show you guys what I've picked up over the past year. It's not very many pieces, believe it or not, but I have been able to keep all the silver that I have stacked. Didn't have to sell any, which has always been the plan. I really want to just pass it on to my kids. So let's just start off with, got one of these cool things. And yeah, so I'm in Wyoming, so I thought I needed a Wyoming stacking bar. And they give you a certificate of authenticity, stacking across America. And I got number 66 of 1,000. It's a really fun piece. I'm not a big fan of the colorized, but I was like, I should have gotten them when they first came out. They were a little cheaper, and I waited. So now I had to pick this up at a little bit of a premium, but it's just a fun piece. So I'm just going to keep that one for fun only. Would not recommend this for stacking at all. Okay, so did have my little pocket turtle here. If you know, I love turtles, so let's just start off with the turtles. Isn't he cute? That guy is 3/9 fine too. You can see him stamped right into the neck right there. All right, so let's get into some Ninja Turtle silver. That's right. So they had the Ninja Turtle coin come out, and if you look, each generation of Ninja Turtles is on there. And if you're like me and you grew up with these, I was more in the 80s, and I didn't really read a whole lot of the comic book right here, but I have since really gotten into that. 2024, it is 4/9 fine. But if you're into Ninja Turtles, guys, I'm also into like collecting books, but this is the new Last Ronin series, and I'm not going to spoil it, but the hardback book of this is really good. But basically, 3 of the turtles get killed off in the future, and only 1 is left, thus the Last Ronin. And there are 3 books in this series, and it's pretty cool to take a look inside. A lot different than the cartoons we were used to in the 80s. There's cursing, killing. It's, yeah, pretty crazy. So, I'm not going to spoil that for anybody who it is that's left over, but if you're into books at all, definitely would recommend that. And let's just stick with this turtle theme. And this was a cool coin that I just had to have. I really like the turtles. And check it out. So this is from the CIT Mint. So they use a method called smart printing for all of their coins. You can see it right there, smart minting, 1 ounce, 3/9 fine. It's a Cook Islands. And what's funny is it says it's 30 millimeters on here. I guarantee you it is not. I tried to put this in a pendant just to see if it would work, and a 30 millimeter pendant was not applicable. All right. Look at how 3D that is. Isn't that crazy? 2020, so it does have the queen on there. And I can't remember the mintage. Let's see here. Mintage. Sometimes you can pull this off, it'll say something on the back. Nope, just got that fun design. Okay, well, I really like this coin though. And if you look into the history, this is actually a replica of the different ancient coins. And I say turtle, but let's be honest, this is actually a tortoise. If they made a turtle coin, that would be worth probably even more money. But I guess back then, the tortoise coin was used to symbol the move in the transition from sea to land. So the tortoise is only on land, and that's why they put the tortoise in their coin, to let them know the seas were off limits at that point, or they've been conquered. Interesting history for you if you're into that. So really fun turtle coin. Enjoying that one. All right, let's see here. What else did I grab up? Here we go. Okay, so Royal Canadian Mint came out with 2 really unique coins, and the first was a gold coin, and I couldn't afford that one. That was crazy. It was, I believe, 2 ounces of gold, and then it had real emeralds and everything inside of it. Here we go. So this is the 2023 version of the St. Edward's coin. And yeah, so this one does not have actual jewels inside. Those are, let's see if I can get this open here. Those are actually just Swarovski crystals. Still looks really cool. Come on. Well, they must have sealed that in there really good. I don't know how to get it out, but I wanted to show how 3D it is. Kind of like that turtle coin. Pretty sweet. I'm digging that. That one's a 1 ouncer as well. And what's really cool, so you look right here, it has a date, 1952 to 2022, which is the Queen's birth and death dates. And you don't see many coins with 1952 on there, so another cool thing. Dig that. All right, so let's show one more coin that I picked up, and this one is a little crazy. All right, this is totally a collector coin. I do not recommend this to anybody. It's called the Dancing Amylite, Elements of Nature Air. And apparently this was done by collaboration with a Beverly Hills jewelry designer. And then they, since it's obviously a Canadian coin, they use some amylite from up in Canada. I think this might explain it here. Government of Canada, $20. The coin. This coin is 4/9 fine. Just gives you all this information. Nothing really good. Oh, it just says it's gold plated. Yeah, you'll be able to tell it's gold plated, but it's a silver coin. So here we go. Boom. We've got all kinds of certificates of authenticity in here. All right. What? Could you see that? The dancing? Okay, so what it looks like is they have some sort of leveling bevel in there. And so as long as you hold it, it'll always go to its level when you tilt it and such. So they must call it the dancing coin because of that. You can kind of see it move up and down. All right. I really want to take this one out. Will it let us? Yes. Success. All right, so here's the reverse. 2024, and you can kind of see the jewel sitting there. And again, this one has 1952 on it to 2022. Look at how 3D that is. Holy cow. And so you hold it and then it'll just totally sparkle. Now, why I say do not purchase this for stacking is this coin was, I think it was right under $500. And I picked it up when it first came out. It's like $450 or $480, something like that. And now, if you look anywhere, the price has jumped up to, what is it, like $650 or $700 I saw on AppMex. I'm like, holy cow, and eBay was about the same. And they give you a grade A amylite, and remember, that is a fossil. So basically like this, you can see all the reflective colors. So they find really high quality ones, they cut them into gemstones, and then turn that into, obviously, a jewel. Isn't that cool? Yeah, way overpriced, I know. But, come on, you only live once. And that'll actually get me into talking about my next pickup. If this would go in here. I guess it only goes one way. There we go. All right. That's where you wear gloves. So, I have showed, let's see here, this little guy before in the past. And it was a Cuban link chain. And that one I picked up from Jackson. And this is a machine made. Wasn't that bad priced. But it is sterling silver with a rhodium coating. Really cool chain. It's a 7mm 22-inch. I'm down in Mexico, went there for a week this year, and look at this guy. Now, I got this one for only like $60 more, Let's see. They didn't have a marking on it, but it is totally handmade. You can see right there, there's the person's initials that did it. And then it's marked 925 on that side. Really cool. And picked up this, what is it, micrometer? So let's see if we know how to do this. Zero it out. Let's just take a look at the old one, which was labeled as 7. And see if I can get it on there. So what, 6.88? Let's try it again, just to get I guess this is my new one. 6.92, 6.94. And that's expected. You're going to get some variation in there. So it is just under 7 millimeters. Now let's go to, oh no, I guess that was the old one. So here's my brand new one, and I think it's just barely over. 7.81. Remember, every link will be different because they're all, you know, handmade. So 7.83. Really cool. So I'd say this is probably an 8 millimeter, maybe 9. And obviously the 7 is measuring, I mean, I've gotten as little as 6 on this thing, so I guess it just depends on where you're measuring the link at. Oh man, 6.99. I guess that machine made is proven to be pretty true. 6.93. Crazy. Okay, so handmade, obviously not as accurate, but it's a little chunkier. But look at the color of that extra white on the right there, the new one. Isn't that cool? I'm digging it. So don't really wear it too often. It's really heavy. It's like 60 some grams of silver around your neck. So wouldn't recommend it. Not the best out there. So let's just finish it off, guys, with, yes, the Wild West Stacker compass coin. This one's always a fun one to show off. And look at that. Yes, it's got a compass. I am facing north right now, so that's why the red is facing me. And you've got all these like Poseidon. I want to say an octopus, but it's probably a kraken right there. A mermaid. You've got a sea beast over here. And this one is a 2-ounce coin from 2017. Extra chunky. But just hit it on your hand like that, and it should point true north. Really cool coin, guys. Well, thanks so much. My time is up. Thank you guys all for all you've done on the Premier train, like Big Red making this really cool wolf cast for me. So thanks, everybody. Make sure you continue on stacking, and thanks for coming. Everybody have a good one.